Hey there guys, this is Dylan with TheByesRegret, and today I wanted to bring you all my Relinquished deck for GOAT format. I am super excited to have this deck built in paper again. I really did enjoy this deck when I had it built prior. It uses Relinquished, obviously. One is like a major Thousand Eyes Restrict bluff because people just don't take the time to read Relinquished and realize, oh, it's not the same as Thousand Eyes. But by the time they realize that, they're already dead, or they're on a losing board state, so they're a couple of turns from dead. One big announcement I do want to make before getting into this deck profile is pretty soon I will be starting to film gameplay videos online through Duelingbook and filming via OBS. Shout out to Odd Toxin Gaming and Zaid Slater for walking me through how to download OBS and basically how to use it from front to back. So if you all are excited for more gameplay videos on the channel like we used to do when it was just me and Zaid hanging out in my kitchen, or if you all do want to get a game in with me, you can go ahead and shoot me a PM on here or on Facebook, and we can get a game in and you can go up on the channel. Whether it be GOAT format or another old format or speed duels, I'll be open to pretty much anything. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this deck profile. Starting out, we play 3 copies of the man himself, Relinquished. The first 2 lines of Relinquished, at least the proper text, these are the starter deck Pegasus ones, so their wording's a little weird. But the first 2 lines of Relinquished read the same as Thousand Eyes Restrict. Absorb an opponent's monster, you gain its attack and defense, but instead of nobody being able to attack except for Relinquished, this card, when it gets attacked, and when it attacks, any battle damage you would take, your opponent takes as well, and the monster that's equipped to it falls off. And then this card will stay on the field. So this is basically the heart and soul of the deck, the reason why we play the deck. Everything else is pretty much kind of like a flip control kind of shell. But with our main playmaker being Relinquished and Metamorphosis into Thousand Eyes, so that you can Thousand Eyes take another monster, being like the main synergy of the deck or combo of the deck. To pair along with the Relinquished, we're playing 3 copies of Manju. This card searches Relinquished and Relinquishes Ritual Spell, which is the worst part of Relinquished, is the fact that you have to play 2 Ritual Spells to pretty much gain access to them. Manju searches all these. He's also a light that can be searched off of Sangan, so gaining access to him via Sangan is really nice. Being able to basically Illusion Ritual a Sangan away to summon Relinquished, and then Sangan search this is always a great feeling. Just to get a second one out if there's multiple issues on the field. These are also, being the fact that there is a 3-3 ratio, is they play into a bit of a chaos engine, but we're only playing 1 chaos monster, being BLS, because BLS is like obligatory in any deck that plays lights and darks, no matter the number. Moving on into the flip monsters, 3 copies of Gravekeeper Spy, 3 copies of the Koichi, and 2 copies of Magician of Faith. Just glide these up a little bit. Spy is just the best flip monster in GOAT format as of right now, having 2,000 defenses, very strong, very powerful. Being able to set this turn 1 with a back row or a Book of Moon, and your opponent attacking into it, summoning another Spy. 1 gives you material for Relinquished, and 2, sorry about that, loud cars. Gains you access to extra material for Relinquished and allows more bodies to be on field. So if you have Metamorphosis, you can metamorph into Darkfire Dragon with these, because this deck is playing Metamorphosis, clearly. And then Dekoichi, generically, just great draw card. We are playing Book of Moon, we're playing Tsukiyomi, so being able to loop back cards with Dekoichi and with Magician of Faith are always just a great feeling. And then other utility monsters that we're playing 2 copies of Sook. Please pardon my foreign ones, I couldn't find my English ones. Yeah, Sook can flip Relinquished, flip Thousand Eyes Restrict, flip any of our flip monsters. Can even flip Manju, because Manju triggers on flip summon as well. So always having access to this is always great. And then we're also playing Sangan and Serpent. Sangan searches this entire deck outside of BLS. But the best thing to search with it is Serpent, because you can, Serpent is just a constant fuel for Relinquished, is that you can Black Illusions, send Serpent, and then on your next upkeep, or standby, I guess, fucking magic talk, you can bring back the Serpent to your hand to be able to do it again. And then the last monster we're playing in the deck is BLS, because Lights and Darks, might as well play a Chaos monster, right? Especially the one that can attack twice. Moving on into our spells, we're playing 3 copies of Book of Moon. The very shiny, platinum rare Book of Moons. This card is just generically great, being able to flip anything in your deck to trigger its effect again. And it can be used defensively as well, being able to blank attacks and stuff of that nature from your opponent. 3 copies of Metamorphosis, and I'll also put out the 3 copies of Scapegoat as well. Scapegoat being able to wall up. I was playing 2 Scapegoat before filming this video, but when going back over the list and doing some test hands, I didn't like only playing 2. Gaining access to this card at pretty much any point in the game is great. Being able to recycle it with Faith is especially great, because you can just you can goat, add it back with Faith, and if your opponent just has like an immense board state, you can just keep getting the goats back and keep summoning the tokens until you eventually dig to a Metamorphosis or something else that you can use to out your opponent's board. More power spells that we're playing. 2 copies of Knock. Flip cards are a pain in the ass. That's all I can say. I want my flip cards to be okay. I don't want yours to be okay, basically. And of course, the Trinity. And then what's basically become the other Trinity, MST, Snatch, Steal, Premature. I'm not playing heavy in this deck. I know my last 2 decks were playing heavy. I'm always an advocate for, you know, heavy only gets better the worse your opponent is. So, not playing heavy in this deck, because we already have a lot of outs to everything. I don't mind not having heavy on hand. Prima and Snatch also basically, well, Prima always being basically copy 5 of Relinquished, and then Snatch 2 just being able to take all of the material for it. And the last 2 cards we play in the deck, Ring, Call, and Mirror Force. These cards go without saying. These cards are just generically the best draft cards in the format, outside of Judgment. Getting into the extra deck, obviously, gotta play tokens for Metamorphosis and Scapegoat. Just generically good cards for the extra deck. 3 copies of Thousand Eyes. Always gotta play Thousand Eyes. Thousand Eyes is the best card in Goat format. It's, gotta remember, there was a whole deck based around this card, Goat Control. And we're playing, for level 3s, we're playing Dragoness and Flame Ghost. Dragoness just being the highest attack level 3 that you can Metamorphosis onto. Flame Ghost just being a dark that you can summon. For level 4s, there's only 1 target that anyone plays, it's Darkfire. For level 5s, we Snatch Steal. Level 5, we're playing Dark Bolter. Ooh, sorry, hit the damn camera there. Dark Bolter, Fiend Skull, Reaper on the Nightmare. Level 6s, we're playing Ryu Senshi, Jama King, Dark Blade. And then for level 7s, Last Warrior. There is a debate to play King Dragoon over one of the level 6s, which I will probably do if I ever take this deck to an event, because King Dragoon is just generically an amazing card. And then for level 8s, over top of the BLS, we're playing Master of Oz and Gatling Dragon. So yeah, that's it for this deck profile. If you all do want to see some gameplay from this deck, or from some decks previously shown in this deck, yeah, let me know in the comment section. I will see you all next time.